Community Connection on KGNB, brought to you by Waters International Realty.
This is Paige Green with our Community Connection. We're here with Clarisa DeSanto of Hope Hospice. Clarisa, how are you?
I am doing great, Paige. It is always a pleasure to visit with you.
It is. So tell me a quick background for those who don't know. What is Hope Hospice?
Hope Hospice is a non-profit hospice and palliative care organization here in New Braunfels. It was started in 1984 by a group of community members who felt the need to have hospice and actual palliative care for those in the community, regardless of their ability to pay. And next year, we'll be celebrating 40 years of service to this wonderful community and surrounding New Braunfels area.
Wow, next year will be 40 years?
Oh, yes. It's amazing. It's amazing. We're very blessed. We're very blessed to be part of this community and vice versa. I mean, we're just being able to love on these patients and it's just such a blessing.
Well, I know Hope Hospice has something kind of going on right now. We've been hearing a little bit about the Hope Hospice Passport. Can you tell me about that?
Yes, I am so excited. So we had I call it just like a brain thought, this funky idea of how do you say thank you to everybody in the community who has supported you for nearly 40 years. There's never a question if we need something. The majority of our patrons, families, friends say yes. So how do you tell them thank you for that? We decided with this idea to say thanks is by way of sending our patients' families, our supporters, our donors back to them, hence how the passport got started. So it's kind of a little play off like a beer trail passport that you see up north a lot. It's a book, similar, like I said, to Beer Trail Passport, kind of like a coupons book of local breweries, restaurants, bars, retail establishments, and experiences. And we have offers in this for each location, and it's a way to send people who have purchased this passport back to these establishments as a way of a thank you. Encouraging them to visit, to shop, to dine, to enjoy a cold beverage. And so that's kind of how the passport got started. Last year was our first year, and it turned out to be incredibly successful, not just like on a fundraising aspect, but just the response that our community showed to these establishments, by discovering or rediscovering more like a local would. Some they've never visited before. Some they didn't even know was there. I forgot about that place. So it's just turned out to be just a really fun way of A, saying thank you, but B, like I said, rediscovering or discovering different businesses in town as a local.
And you mentioned all these businesses and the coupons to them. How many businesses do you have in the passport? Do you know?
We are, as of today, sitting around 55. Then we do have some in the outlying areas, going towards Canyon Lake, going to, Short Seguin area, San Marcos. But the bulk of them are here locally.
Now, do you have an event? I know we actually do have an event coming up that supports this passport as well.
We do. So the passport is good for a whole year. So when we call them a passport owner purchases a passport for $25, they will go around and redeem stamps at all these establishments in exchange for prizes. But because it's good from the date of the launch, which is August 18th, to the end of July 31, 2024, we have a kickoff event. Basically, we call it a passport launch party. And that will be held on August 18th at Baus Brewing Company, down 499 Castell. Alex Meissner and friends will be playing, so we'll have Will Hearn, Drew Kennedy, and Alex himself. We'll have some fun contests. We'll have a sign holding contest. We'll have door prizes. We'll have a Pedigo bike raffle. We'll have some yummy food, and we will also be announcing the winner of the grand prize from the 22-23 passport. So those who completed it in its entirety by way of getting stamps at every establishment. So all those entries were put in for a grand prize drawing for a trip, and that will be announced on Friday as well, next Friday.
And that was the Passport Kickoff Party at the Faust Brewing Company, August 18th. Now, if someone can't make it to purchase one, where can people purchase passports?
Online, hopehospice.net. We will have passports available starting on Friday to sell. We have some super cool, fun merchandise. And on top of that, throughout the year, because like I said, the passports are good for almost the full 12 months, we have what we call pop-up parties. So encouraging these patrons, these passport owners, to go to these different establishments as well. And it's just always just a little pop-up. Hey, we're going to be at, I'm going to use you for an example. We're going to be at KGNB Studio for a passport party on September 24th from 5 to 7. They can purchase passports at any of these parties.
How else can somebody help Hope Hospice in general, not just through this program with passports?
We are so blessed by amazing volunteers. That is always my number one ask, is if somebody has it in their heart and has the time to help, we would love volunteers. Events like I just mentioned are available, just a couple of hours here and there. We have our thrift shop, that's awesome. We've got some upcoming camps that are through Tampa West Grief and Hope Center, our bereavement program camps. They're available to go through training and help with that. There's just endless volunteer opportunities. So that's always my first and foremost suggestion. And then obviously, monetary donations help. Covers so many of the costs that are needed for the underinsured or unfunded patients. But if anybody ever has any questions on how they can get involved with Hope Hospice, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask.
And is all of this information, including the passport information, on your website as well?
Yes, ma'am, it is. And like I said, everything will be launching and going live on August 18th for passport, but any other information needed, volunteer opportunities, anything about Hope services, if anybody needs help, please look on our website, and we are happy to answer any questions as well.
Clarisa DeSanto of Hope Hospice, thank you for joining us today and talking about Hope Hospice and the Hope Hospice passports.